Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing.
On the right-hand side, there's a bar with people drinking outside. The bar is called the Banana Store. There's a few tables and chairs outside the Banana Bar with about 6 people drinking outside. The weather is a bit grey, a bit blue, British summer. As if you like clouds in the sky. It feels good. It's a Friday, you know. People have just finished work and going to the pubs. There's kind of a little buzz around the air.
And there's people sort of in the doorway of the restaurant, crossing the other zebra crossing with the Belisha beacons. So there's people around me all the time. And there's also a massive bike rack opposite.
When I was reading it, I got the impression it was nighttime. And of course, hearing it again, I realised it wasn't nighttime at all, it was daytime. It put more context on it, but it took away any sort of drama. I could imagine some sort of drama or emotion from reading the transcript that was absent when I heard the voice.
When I read the text, I imagined a female, a woman describing the text.
On the left side is 2 stainless steel tables, about 3 foot high, and on one of the stainless steel tables is a white cutting board with knives in the kind of bones.
The man's voice is very paused and fragmented in a way. Well, this is someone else describing it, because I've already have an image of what it is. So this is like another person.
In front of me is a wooden block, a wooden butcher's block. It's about 3 foot high, and it's about 3 foot by 2 foot 6, with a huge marrowbone on it, and some meat, and some knives, and a saw.
What the voice changed for me was the emphasis, the combination of the younger voice and hearing how he stressed dimension. Listening to him, he was very specific, 3 feet, 2 foot 6. So he talked about this huge marrowbone, which in my head, I had made it, or in the model, I had designed it huge for emphasis, for theatrical emphasis. And I hadn't understood from reading the text that he himself had put a lot of stress on that word. So I felt like, okay, that was accurate.
On the corner there's a pub with a wooden frontage called the Chandos, There's also another zebra crossing, and there's a coffee shop, a pret-a-manger.
The space changed for me. It wasn't that big anymore.
At the end of the transcript, it said the space is warm, and I thought it meant like happy. But when I listened to him speak, it meant he was actually really, really hot. As warm as it is heat, not feeling.
The not having the voice give the text a direction and an orientation and an emphasis allowed me to find a lot of space in between the words to picture a space. I think if I'd heard the voice first, I don't think I would have been as free. I know I would not have been as free in imagining it. So if there was something I would change, yes, after thinking about it, the space to me would definitely be white, gridded on a 3-foot by 3-foot grid.
I think I would have found it quite a daunting task if I'd listened to the voice first, because I would have struggled to get beyond the place I know she's talking about, and I would have taken. I'd have found it hard to just work out how I was going to model that.
Well, probably you wouldn't do a drawing or whatever. I just maybe go and try and find this place.
When I was reading it, I was free to put my own interpretation on it. But when I heard him, it was a very sort of practical guy describing things very practically. There wasn't a lot of. He didn't talk a lot about color. He didn't talk a lot about. He's like, there are boxes and there are tables and there's the marrow bone. And he was just sort of listing things. I think I would have done it sort of more drafting.
When I first designed this experiment, I thought that the participants would read the text, respond to it, and then listen to the voice and respond to the same thing by adding more elements, making it more detailed, maybe adding more color.